Hi guys, this is Sarah. I'm the Director of Marketing here at Bonacci Life Homes, and I'm here today with John Bonacci. We're about to play 10 questions so we can get to know John Bonacci a little bit better. First question, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Staten Island, New York, 10307. I grew up in a small town, Tottenville. I guess small town based on size, but there were a lot of people there. Kind of crazy, you live close to New York City, but you also kind of live close to a beach. Suburbia on an island. I think it's a pretty cool place to grow up. I'm glad I did.
Second question, where else did you live before you decided to come down here to Maynard, Texas?
You're right, I live in Maynard, Texas now, but it hasn't always been that way. I lived in College Park, Maryland, Terrapin, after I moved away from Staten Island, New York. I've lived in Washington, D.C. during my grad school years. I lived in Baltimore for the better part of a decade. I've lived in Los Angeles. I lived for a brief time in South Florida. That's where my family lives currently. And I've been happy living in Texas for, I guess, coming up on a half decade now. So no complaints. I love it here.
Third question,
Right.
Where did you go to school?
Well, growing up, I went to Public School 1, PS1, in Staten Island, New York, that gave numbers to all the public schools, I guess, because there were so many. We were the southernmost one, so we got number 1. Then I went to IS-34s, an intermediate school. Went to St. Joseph by the Sea, a Catholic high school. I'm a University of Maryland graduate. And I am a Georgetown University graduate as well. So those are the places I've gone to school.
Fourth question, how did you get into real estate?
How did I get into real estate?
Yeah, and what industry were you in before you went into real estate?
Good question, Sarah. I was a personal trainer, and I loved helping people get to their fitness goals and to sweat with them and to have that intimate workout relationship with people. And I was looking to grow my business and start, to have my own larger gym. And that's when I met one of the most influential men I've ever met in my life, a mentor of mine who introduced me to the world of real estate. And it's been a great run ever since.
Fifth question, how'd you meet Lindsay?
My wife. I met Lindsay through the internet, through business coaching. Obviously, Lindsay was a real estate agent before we got together, and I was as well. And remotely, we helped each other grow our businesses before we ever started to talk romantically and date romantically and get engaged and married and all that, all the good stuff.
How did you decide to start Bonacci Life Homes?
Really good timing. It was really because of Lindsay. Lindsay had so much momentum in the local market here in the greater Austin area, and I had come obviously with a background in real estate in other cities, and it just made sense for us to join forces. We're the yin and yang with each other, and really naturally, once we got together, it made sense for us to join our businesses. And I always say when you add 1 + 1, it should equal 3 in the right situations, and I feel like it's equal 10. So I'm glad we decided to join forces.
What do you and Lindsay like to do for fun?
A lot. Lindsay and I love to have fun. Lindsay loves to be outdoors like myself, so we're always down to play sports, go for a hike, go to the beach, go for a run. Just be outside. We definitely love that. We love sports in our house. So everything from playing sports to watching sports to even betting on sports, talking about sports in our house. We have a lot of fun with that. We have 3 dogs, and we spend a lot of time with them. They come in all different shapes and sizes. So that is something that definitely keeps us having fun. Lindsay and I are also the oldest of 7 total siblings, the 2 of us. So we get to have a lot of fun with our younger siblings as well. And we have a lot of fun with the people who are, our teammates on our real estate team. We don't just work together with our real estate team, we have a lot of fun with them. So whether that's out exploring the restaurant scene here in Austin, or going to a different event that's going on around town, I think we have a pretty good time with them too. I live in Shadow Glen also because of Lindsay. When we had started dating, you know, I come from big city mentality. I was ready to, you know, rent a downtown place with her and live it up. And she's like, hey, we've got to follow our own advice. We've got to continue investing in real estate. I think Maynard's going to be a tremendous place for growth. I think Shadow Glen is one of the most beautiful places in Maynard, and I think you should take a look at it. And she drove me out here a couple times, and pretty easy for me to say yes. And now that they have the golf course here, I'm never leaving. So it's, well, I shouldn't say now they have the golf course. They've always had the golf course, but now that I'm at the golf course, I don't think I'm leaving Shadow Glen anytime soon.
What are the pros and cons versus living in Austin and Maynard?
Good question. I think some of the biggest benefits of living out here in Maynard and Shadow Glen relative to Austin, number one, obviously, is going to be traffic. You're not in the downtown metro area. You're in suburbia 15, 20 minutes away. You're going to get larger lots to live on, so your backyard is going to be bigger. You're going to have a little bit more space and privacy for yourself living out here in suburbs. Like most major cities, it's going to be a little bit more affordable for you to live in a place like Maynard or Shadow Glen just outside the city as opposed to living just within the city. There is a high growth community. Just in the last couple of years in Shadow Glen and Maynard, you're seeing tons of great families from all over Texas as well as all over the United States continue to move here. So as a result, you've got a place that feels fresh, energetic, alive, it's diverse, and those are just some really obvious, easy reasons. And if you just like being out in the country a little bit and you like the, you know, the county roads and, you know, you like that a little bit more than stoplights and stop signs, then I think you'll appreciate certain parts of Maynard as well.
So last question.
Last question, here we go.
Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
10 years from now, I'm gonna be still happily married to my beautiful wife, Lindsay, and we're gonna have beautiful kids, and our real estate organization will continue to grow and stay the primary option for people who live here in the greater Austin area, because they know that with us they'll be able to get everything from passionate people to well-trained negotiators to organized operation. Other than that, 10 years from now, that'll put me in my 40s, and I'd like to think that all my family and friends are alive, happy, and doing well with me as well. And I'm sure that I've got a couple more businesses that I'll create here along the way to inspire and benefit those all around me. I hope that works for you, Sarah.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right, 10 questions. Now, do I get to ask you 10 questions? Is that how it works?
No, not maybe the next video.
All right, cool, guys. Well, I hope you have fun, and I'm out. We got to park the car. We've got appointments today. I hope you all had a great rest of a great time watching the video. If you have any questions about Shadow Glen, what it's like to live here, what it's like to rent here, to buy here, to sell here, send us a message. Click on one of the links here in our description on our YouTube channel or wherever you're watching this video. But don't be shy. We're here in the neighborhood every single day, and we'll be glad to show you how we see it and make you feel at home when you come visit.